So I'm going to be demonstrating the standing dumbbell curl. So for the starting position, we're going to have feet about shoulder width apart with a slight bend in the knees and a neutral spine with a supinated grip on the dumbbells. And for the action, for the concentric motion, you want to bring the dumbbells up to your shoulders, pause for a second, and then on the eccentric, go down without swinging your body. And the muscles and joints involved for your primary muscles will be your biceps, and your auxiliary will be brachialis, and it is a single joint while bending at the elbow. And the recommended breathing is to inhale during your eccentric movement and exhale during the concentric. The recommended pace is 1 to 3 seconds on the eccentric and 2 to 4 seconds on the concentric. And that is your demo for the standing bicep curl.
So the next exercise I will be performing will be the dumbbell chest press.
To begin, you want to lay on your back, feet flat on the ground, lower back and shoulders also in contact with the bench. For the action, you want to start with dumbbells directly above your chest. It's all preference. You can also start with them down at your chest. For the action, you'll want to, for the eccentric motion, lower on a 1 to 3 count until you reach the 45-degree angle. Pause for a second and go up for 2 to 4 seconds. The muscles involved in the chest press, your primary is the pectoralis, and your auxiliary muscle will be the triceps. Your recommended breathing will be to exhale during the eccentric motion. Exhale during your concentric motion and inhale during your eccentric motion. And your recommended breathing is 1 to 3 seconds on the eccentric and 2 to 4 seconds on the concentric. And that will be the dumbbell chest press. All right, so the next exercise I will be demonstrating will be the single leg deadlift. Your starting position, you want to keep your feet about shoulder width apart with a soft bend in the knees. You want to keep a neutral spine, and you want to have a pronated grip on the dumbbell. And what you do, if you are going back with your right leg, you want to have the dumbbell in your left hand, so it'll be contralateral. For the execution, you'll come down and you'll pick up the dumbbell with your opposite hand, or with your left hand. You can have your right arm out for balance if you would like. For the concentric motion, you'll come up, keeping the dumbbell close to your shin. Pause for 1 second at the top and lower. If you're a little shaky, that's okay, because we're all human and you're working on our balance. And this is a single joint exercise. You'll be hinging at the hip. Your primary muscles will be your glutes, and your auxiliary will be your hamstrings, in addition to core and lower back muscles. For your recommended breathing, you want to inhale during the eccentric motion, and you want to exhale during the concentric. And your recommended pace will be 1 to 3 seconds for your eccentric and 2 to 4 seconds for your concentric. And just for one more, this is how you do a single leg deadlift. And that's that. The next exercise I will be demonstrating will be the single dumbbell row. So the starting position, you'll have your, in this case, my left arm and leg on the bench with a slight bend in my knee on my right leg that I'll be using, that I'll be pulling with. So you want to have a neutral head, neck, and spine.
hand on the dumbbell, and you want to pick it up and concentrically lift till you get to the torso, pause, and then eccentrically go down to your starting position without fully locking your leg out, continuing to go for your action. And the muscles involved are that your primary will be your latissimus dorsi, your auxiliary will be your anterior deltoid, your biceps and your triceps. And you want to inhale on the eccentric movement, and you want to exhale during the concentric movement. And you'll want to breathe. You want to inhale for 1 to 3 seconds on the eccentric and 2 to 4 seconds on your concentric. And that is my demonstration of the single dumbbell row.
The next exercise I will be demonstrating will be the seated dumbbell shoulder press. For your starting position, your feet flat on the floor, butt on the seat, neutral spine, your shoulders back and down, and head, neck, and shoulders against the back of the seat. And you want to start with the dumbbells in a pronated grip at your shoulders. You want to concentrically push up, kiss the dumbbells together, pause for 1 second, and then eccentrically lower them back to your starting position at your shoulders. There's one full motion there. The muscles involved are your anterior deltoid, and for the primary, your auxiliary will be the side and back, the anterior of your deltoid, along with your trapezius, your triceps, and a little bit of your pectoralis muscle. And it is a multi-joint exercise using the elbow and shoulders. And for the recommended breathing, you will inhale during the eccentric movement and you will exhale during the concentric movement. For your recommended pace, it is 1 to 3 seconds on the eccentric movement and 2 to 4 seconds on the concentric. And that is a seated dumbbell press with 1 more repetition.